All right, hello. This is my service project for Aviation 245. My name is Richard Amato. It's the summer semester of 2021. So an overview, basically me and Replenish IV Solutions, they do vitamin IVs locally here in Tampa. They agreed to offer a discount for their services to anybody who would bring in supplies for donation for the disaster relief. We are partnering with On the Upwind Aviation Inc. They are a 5013C charity organization based out of Tampa for mainly disaster relief. It's a bunch of pilots, they volunteer. A lot of guys have their own planes, a lot of guys don't, and they go around and just offer help any way they can, whether it's delivering supplies, moving people. By the end of the service project, we are hoping to unify the partnership between myself and the local FBO. We also would like to service the needs of the disaster victims by providing the supplies and the relief that they need. We're also going to unify a working relationship between Replenish IV, the local FBO, and our charity organization On the Upwind. We're going to raise local awareness for donation needs for charities such as this and the disaster relief efforts that just going across the country, not just here in Tampa. We need more people talking about it, more people donating and helping out, even money or supplies. And we'd like to just save as many people as possible, of course, is the overall objective there. Our participants, we got Adriana Jones. She is a vital asset to the success of this project. She has connections with the Replenish partners and just a servant heart. Julio is our media guy. He's been a big help. He rallied our ambassadors. He is just full of energy and charisma. He's got a killer work ethic, and he generated some good notoriety for the project for sure. Sharon Becker, she's my aunt. So Aunt Sharon, she's the esthetician for Replenish IV. She volunteered to help me generate some of the mailers out to thousands of our clients. She is very detailed. She has a very strong heart, and she is a huge role model for servant leadership. She's definitely someone who I seek advice from often. And of course, our wonderful staff at Replenish IV Solutions, their professionalism and hard work and just positive attitudes really help make this just not only a success, but also a joy to work in. So it was a lot of fun. The initial time frame we had was July 26th. We were supposed to start 9 a.m. when doors opened, and it was going to end on August 2nd. With gathering the supplies and delivering it to the FBO, where I was going to meet with Juan, my point of contact for On the Upwind. We had a couple contingency plans. One of them, we were going to use if the supplies generated weren't significant, I had Replenish IV pledging a minimum amount of supplies just to ensure a decent donation. And if I, for some reason, were unable to gather, with COVID going on, and we have a 2-year-old at home. So if there was any reason I wasn't able to go gather those supplies, I had Adriana ready to fill in and get those delivered as well. The strategic strength was the one that I utilized probably the most. We did a lot of strategy at the beginning, even though most of it ended up out the window. But strategizing every aspect of this project that we could to ensure a smooth flow and the redundancies to ensure the success. We faced a lot of challenges and we overcame the challenges. Effective communication was used, prep work, teamwork, and we had those contingencies in place. So what I did personally, I helped facilitate the relationship between Replenish and On the Upwind Aviation. I met with the owners of Replenish. We ended up negotiating a percentage of net profits that were going to be donated rather than supplies, and I'll explain that in a minute. And I worked well with our nurse practitioner. We implemented a training to get our staff up to speed, not only about the details for the organization, but also about how the proceeds were going to be donated and stuff for our clients, to make sure that they were aware of what was going on as well, to help spread the word. Implementation. So service did not go according to plan. Juan, point of contact, he had informed me a little late that the donation of supplies would not work. They do not store supplies anywhere. They rely on donated storage facilities during the disaster for those supplies. So they don't keep supplies year round for that. They gather them and they receive them for the disaster. So that was a miscommunication between me and Juan at the beginning, and I'd already kind of had the ball rolling for the donations of supplies. So we had to switch that around. Team and leadership abilities. So the leadership skills required to execute this plan, I used restorative skills, the strategies, and analytical thinking. I had to figure out what was wrong and how to deal with it. We found alternate ways to deal with the problems and thinking about all the factors that would affect each situation as we came up with new solutions. Every person on the team did have a vital role, and thanks to them, their attitudes, and the responsibility traits that they showed, the final execution of the plan went without a hitch. Here's some quotes and thoughts from the participants who served with me. It was just a lot of fun. Everybody had a lot of passion and a lot of laughs as well around this. So things I would change. This was very eye-opening for me in a lot of ways. So I thought that I had it dead on with the net profit proceeds donation, but it kind of, haven't talked about it with a few other people and thinking about it in retrospect, asking the company to have the clients donate $1 more at the checkout process, it would have collected more money most likely, and it also would help with the bottom line. So if you're negotiating with smaller companies for stuff like this in the future, looking at it big picture, and they're usually going to be hesitant to cut into their profits. So asking the clients to donate $1 or $2 would, I think, spread more awareness about the situation. Also, you'd probably end up collecting a little more money than we would. We only negotiated about 2% of the net profits. I think after 2 weeks was about $200, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, everything went wrong. So at the beginning, but we quickly acted, and we were able to come up with a positive solution to everything. Initially, the date was set for July, but we ended up not implementing the service project until August 9th. Until today, the 16th was actually the final end. So that was a little different than originally planned. And then again, I mentioned Juan and I had that miscommunication. So Replenish staff was what went right. They helped me change that direction. They were right on board. They embraced adversities, super positive attitudes, a lot of fun. Like I said, they have really strong work ethics, and it was a smooth transition from the donation of supplies over to the donation of money through the net profit proceed. So I wanted to do the goods drive, didn't work out. I would like to advise others to stick to the cash donation drive in the future. I think that made more sense on paper, looking at it post. And like I said, the small business perspective, the owners, they are looking for more of a reciprocal relationship. Small businesses like that aren't inclined to want to share profits typically, but they still want to give back to communities and do stuff like this. So other ways to generate awareness and their involvement, getting a little more creative with that would have worked out probably a little better with donation wise. But here's the photos of our staff. We've got the crew of Replenish, most of us here in the top left and right. In the center top, this is Heather. She's our nurse practitioner. Right below her is Steve Gunn, and this is one of the founders of Replenish IV. To the left is actually somebody caught me talking to Miguel here about on the Upwind Aviation and the whole project itself. And then on the bottom right here is Julio and some of our brand ambassadors that help get the word out to everybody. So thank you guys for sharing my presentation with me, and I hope you have a great summer. Thanks. All right, I was trying to speed up on that.